The former Republican Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, just went on live TV and said that he believed Matt Gaetz was on something when Matt Gaetz gave that speech yesterday at the Republican National Convention. It looked like Matt Gaetz had a really bad Botox job or a facelift or something was up there. Also, Kevin McCarthy accused Matt Gaetz of being a pedo on live TV. This happened moments ago. Let me show you what went down.
Get booed off.
So that's the way
you would get booed off the stage.
That's the biggest challenge we have.
He said you would get booed off the stage. What's your response to him?
Well, he looks very unhinged. I mean, a lot of people have concerns about him. And I'm not sure if he was on something, but I do hope he gets the help that he needs. But more importantly, I hope the young women get the justice they deserve when it comes to him.
I mean, you're referring to the House Ethics Committee investigation that is ongoing.
Yeah, with his partner in jail because they paid underage women for sex and drugs. Yeah, that's what I'm referring
to. So he has denied all of that. I'm wondering, doesn't he deserve the presumption of innocence here?
Well, people are in jail. The women have confirmed it. He came to me. If I still wanted to be speaker, I could have done something illegal and stopped the ethics committee investigation that started 4 years before.
He told you to stop the ethics
investigation? Yeah, that's what the whole motion to vacate was about. He wanted me to engage and thought somehow I started this investigation. It started long before I was ever speaker. And as you know, as Congress, I don't get involved in ethics. It's an equal number. They could investigate me. It has to be its own arm and branch. And so he wanted to leverage me to try to do that. And if I didn't, he wanted to do a motion to vacate.
And he's denied that, of course, that he urged you to stop the investigation.
No, I had other members come to me. He came to me. I had other people who were on TV that he talked to. Yeah. Uh-huh. So no, there's no denying it.
So he was.
Now, I know the corporate media is trying to say, oh, the Republican Party has never been more united before. I mean, seriously, you have the former Republican Speaker of the House right there saying that Kevin McCarthy, who's one of the key allies of Donald Trump and got a keynote spot at the Republican National Convention, he's accusing him of being a pedo on live TV and saying that he's on drugs or implying he's on drugs. You saw that. Now, here's what went down the night before, where Matt Gaetz tried to interrupt former Speaker Kevin McCarthy's interviews. Watch this.
Speaking. What night are you speaking? Are you speaking tonight? Or
one person? No.
Hey, you're not. If you took that stage, you would get booed off. You would get booed off the stage.
Now, here's another angle of that where Kevin McCarthy was giving the interview and saying that Matt Gaetz sleeps with 17-year-old girls. Play the clip.
One who's not coming back, and then the other part that you have, and the other part you have is one person who raised the issue. He's got an ethics complaint about sleeping with a 17-year-old. So that's the way they would go. So that's the biggest challenge we have.
And here's just another video. This is someone who's attending the convention who then approached Matt Gaetz and started cursing out Matt Gaetz. Here, play this clip.
You would get booed off the stage.
Shut up, Gaetz. Hey, don't be an asshole.
Dude, I don't even know who you are.
It doesn't fucking matter. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, I'm just standing here.
Now, Donald Trump is a big fan of Matt Gaetz, a big fan of Matt Gaetz's behavior and conduct. Don't take my word for it. Just very recently, Donald Trump said, I did exactly what Matt Gaetz would have done. Here, play the clip.
You got to think about this guy. This is a guy that the media didn't give a time of day to after he was accused of sleeping with an underage girl. And there's a reason why no one in the conference came and defended him, because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink so he could go all night. This is obviously before you got married. And so when that accusation came out, no one defended him, and then no one on the media would give him a time of the day. All of a sudden he found fame because he opposed the Speaker of the House back in November. And he's always stayed there, and he was never going to leave until he got this last moment of fame by going after a motion to vacate.
It's important to know Congressman Gaetz has never been charged with any sex trafficking crime, and he gave this statement to CNN in response. I don't think Markwayne Mullin and I have said 20 words to each other on the House floor. This is a lie from someone who doesn't know me and who's coping with the death of the political career of his friend Kevin. Thoughts and prayers.
Here's another interview fairly recently, or here's another speech that Donald Trump gave, rather, where Donald Trump said that Matt Gaetz is a big celebrity, he's great, and then praises him in front of a crowd. This was late 2023. Here, play this clip.
I did exactly what Matt Gaetz would have done, okay? Except he might have been a little bit more violent about it.
Here is Markwayne Mullin, senator. He's a colleague of Matt Gaetz. Here he says one of the things that Matt Gaetz would do on the House floor when he would see Matt Gaetz is Matt Gaetz would brag about crushing ED medication and chasing it with energy drinks to go all night. Here, listen to this. Play the clip.
Congressman, oh, wait a minute. We have a big celebrity here tonight. And I'll tell you something. He's great, and he loves this state. Congressman Matt Gaetz. Where the hell is Matt Gaetz? Where is he? Hello, Matt.
Hey, Ben Meiselas here. I hope you are enjoying that video. I just wanted to take a brief moment to talk about climate policy. It often gets overlooked, but I think it is so critical. You may know by now, as part of Donald Trump's Project 2025, they want to gut all of President Biden's policies regarding improving our climate. And in a new poll from Data Progress, it shows that voters broadly reject all of the attacks on the climate that are part of Donald Trump's Project 2025. Take a look at this most recent poll. When it comes to keeping current protections in place for national parks and monuments, preserving these and other public lands from oil and gas drilling, 75% of likely voters favor that. Prioritizing environmental justice and taking action to clean up pollution and improve public health in disadvantaged communities, about 69 to 70% of voters approve that. Protecting the consumer tax credits and instant rebates that can lower energy costs for families by $1,800 that were included in the recently passed Clean Energy Plan, 66% of voters support that. Defending the Environmental Protection Agency and upholding its ability to enforce existing rules and offer essential environmental and public health protections, 61% of likely voters support that. I can go on and on and on, but voters support the current initiatives regarding our climate, and they disfavor the attempts by Donald Trump to attack and destroy our climate. I thought it was important to share that with you. I want to go back now to the video you've just been watching. That is our climate update here at the MeidasTouch Network. So this is what we're dealing with in the Republican Party, and this is not what's getting the headlines. It should be what's getting the headlines. Former Republican Congress member Denver Riggleman, who now is a big critic of MAGA and the party and everything it's become, here's what he said. This resonated with me. He said, "It's late, I know. Just a thought for girl dads out there. Close to 70 million Americans will vote for a man found liable for sexual abuse. As a father of daughters, I find this repugnant. And look, everywhere you look around Donald Trump, and when Donald Trump looks into the mirror, you see this pattern over and over again. I mean, here's Donald Trump's top advisor, Boris Epshteyn. He was accused, for example, of groping women at clubs, and then there was body cam footage of it. And in this body cam footage, you had two women saying all night he's been touching us and grabbing us without our consent. It's absolutely disgusting. Of course, you've probably seen our reports here about the statements Donald Trump has made about Jeffrey Epstein before, where he said, "This is undisputed. I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. Many of them are on the younger side." Donald Trump hung out with Epstein a ton. They were like very, very close friends in Palm Beach and hung out a lot. They partied together. They went to clubs together. Epstein's flight, Donald Trump is on Epstein's flight log 7 times. Epstein flew on Donald Trump's plane. It's undisputed he would bring women or girls of indiscriminate age onto Donald Trump's plane. Trump appears all over the important message log of Epstein. And again, you have what McCarthy is accusing Gaetz of, but there's a reason why Gaetz is the keynote speaker and McCarthy isn't. As you saw the clip, Donald Trump likes what Gaetz is doing. He supports Gaetz' conduct. He thinks he's in favor of that. I mean, just listen to the stuff that Donald Trump said. Here's Donald Trump in 2005 bragging about how he would use his beauty pageants to inspect naked girls without their consent. Here, play this clip.
Well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
like
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
And here is a clip of Donald Trump as well. I think at this point, I believe Lindsay Lohan was 17, or she may have just turned 18. And Donald Trump talks about imagining having sex with a troubled teen, Lindsay Lohan, because of her mental health issues. He said that would make her better in bed. Listen to him. This is sick stuff. Play the clip.
What do you think of Lindsay Lohan now?
I think she's hot.
There's something there, right?
Yes.
But you have to like freckles. I've seen a close-up of her chest.
Yes.
And a lot of freckles. Are you into freckles?
If the father's a wreck like the way he is,
right?
You imagine the sex with this troubled.
Yeah, you're probably right. She's probably deeply troubled and therefore great in bed.
Back in the day.
How come the deeply troubled women?
Yes.
Deeply, deeply troubled.
Right.
They're always the best in bed. If for some reason what I said is true, I mean, they're just unbelievable.
I can tell from the.
You don't want to be with them for the long term, but for the short term, there's nothing.
And then when you see now what's going on at these Trump events, I mean, at the Republican National Convention, they're wearing the things over their ears. They're wearing like the gauze over their ears to show solidarity, or they're taping paper over their ears to show solidarity with Trump. It's ridiculous. But, you go to some of these Trump events too, and you have people with tattoos like this person pulled down her pants at the New Jersey Trump rally to show off her tattoo of a cat grabbing. I mean, you know what that is. It's ridiculous. I mean, this is the Republican Party now. Like, what message are we sending to future generations? Like, what are we doing here? And just so you hear it in Donald Trump's own words, this was from the E. Jean Carroll trial, and Donald Trump doubles down on the fact that he says that when he said that as a celebrity you can grab women by their genitals and you get away with it, they let you do it when you're famous. I mean, this is Donald Trump saying it in his own words. Play this clip.
And you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And then this is how Donald Trump talks about his own daughter, Ivanka. Play the clip.
She does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that
If I weren't happily married and, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet.
You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
So Judge for yourself, but there's a reason why Matt Gaetz is given the role of a speaking role and Kevin McCarthy isn't. And Kevin McCarthy is accusing Matt Gaetz, but Trump put Matt Gaetz on stage. Matt Gaetz got the key role. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.